Alex here with the Legal Nuts and Bolts video on the Fugitive Disentitlement Doctrine. I stumbled across one of these cases that I was reading, a Nevada Supreme Court case, like a year and a half ago, and I had it on my list, so I decided to go ahead and do a video on it. And anyway, I found this remarkable little doctrine in there called the Fugitive Disentitlement Doctrine, which allowed the Supreme Court to dismiss an appeal on the basis that the person who filed the appeal was a fugitive from justice. Basically, if I remember correctly, and I'm going to try to find the case and post it down in the description below so people can read it for themselves. I'm not going to go into every nook and cranny of what this is. I'm just going to explain that it's a thing and that it may apply in your case. Anyway, what it appeared to me, if I can remember correctly, was the person was held in contempt of court and he was ordered to serve some time in jail. It may have been a she, I'm not sure. He or she was ordered to spend some time in jail, and they never went and turned themselves in. They just went, they left. I think maybe they went to Mexico or something. But anyway, they were still fighting their case, and somewhere along the line they filed an appeal. And the Supreme Court of Nevada, as I mentioned, said they just dismissed the case, saying you can't ask us for help when you're a fugitive. When you're flouting our judicial orders, you can't expect us to help you out and give you some kind of beneficial order until you turn yourself in and comply with our previous orders. So I think it makes sense. It sounds weird to me that somebody can flout the court system on one hand, and then on the other hand ask the court system for help. It's like, if you want help from the system, you've got to comply with the rules of the system. It's logical. There did seem to be some limitations on how this worked, so I'm just going to glaze over them. Please read the case for yourself if you think it might apply to you. The first thing I recall is it's not mandatory, it's discretionary. So even though a court will have the authority to dismiss a civil proceeding or deny a motion or whatever, dismiss an appeal, even though the court will have the option to do that, it's not required to do it. I remember it being discretionary. And there may be some logic that comes into play there where a judge may decide, yeah, they're a fugitive from justice, but I'll go ahead and consider this. And the second thing I recall is I think it's only possible when the person is the one coming to the court asking for something. So if the person is defending themselves, like if they're defending a motion or something like that, I do not believe that you can use the Fugitive Disentitlement Doctrine to sort of lock them out. Even though they're flouting the court, it appears to me, at least when I read it last, that when they are defending themselves, the judge has to take their defense into consideration when making their ruling. So anyway, as I mentioned, this specific example, it was a person who was held in contempt of court, but I'm sure it's going to apply to any other situation where a person's on the lam from, I don't know, any kind of order that they're supposed to be complying with respect to imprisonment or anything like that. So with that, I'll go ahead and end this video. I'm not sure if anyone here is going to be able to use this. Who knows? Maybe somebody has an ex that's been held in contempt and they're hiding and they won't go and serve their sentence, but they're filing things in court. Maybe this doctrine will help that person, whoever they are watching, get their papers that they're filing dismissed because they're a fugitive. But at the very least, I wanted people to know that this was a thing and it existed, and to check it out for yourself if you think it applies. So with that, I'll go ahead and see you guys next time.